Is dating beautiful women more flattering or nerve-wracking for men, and why?
It'll be nerve-wracking because you got to impress them, you know?
Oh my god. Yet another guy that has no idea how to deal with women. No. You gotta impress them. You see? So this is what men are taught from a young age. They're taught, impress them, put them on a pedestal, do everything that women want. Be the man, do the right thing. And if you do that, you'll be naturally selected out of the human race. No, it's not. It's not about impressing them. It's about being superior, right? Women are hypergamous, right? So you don't have to impress them. Actually, you have to impress other men. That's what's funny. You have to be accepted and respected by other men. You have to be better than other men. It's not about impressing the girl. It's about being the best version of yourself, being strong as a man. But you see how men are taught wrong in the West?
Straight up. Because they can have any other dude, but she's with you, you know?
No, that actually isn't true. It's true in his case. It's true in that guy's case because that guy is an average man. So yes, a girl could have any average man. But a superior man, a girl could not replace you easily. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're liking the videos, new to the channel, please leave a sub, hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you'd like me to comment on a video, compilation, blog post, Reddit post, whatever, please send it to theheliosblog@gmail.com. Let's continue.
More nerve-wracking for me.
Why?
Because men are like crazy. Like men, they kind of like don't understand a lot of women, and
That is actually true. Men do not understand women, usually. Men are clueless when it comes to women. And because men are clueless, they get absolutely just gutted. They get ran through. They get destroyed. And the reason for that is actually because men are taught anti-game. They're taught wrong on purpose in order to become useful idiots in 2022 society, so that they can be used by women when they've run out of sleeping around with Chad, basically. All right, let's continue.
and they basically they have lack of communication. So
Yeah, men have lack of communication. Again, this is what women teach, right? As a man, what they say is that all relationships are about communication. Relationships are about being open and emotionally vulnerable. But the problem is that if you do those things, if you're open, if you're emotionally vulnerable, if you show all your feelings, if you do as women say that they want, you will actually be totally unattractive and rejected by all women for relationships. So when she says that, relationships are about communication and stuff along those lines, this is her actively teaching anti-game to the masses. You see what I'm saying? She's using this guy's video as a platform to teach fools, men who are clueless about the true nature of the world. She's using this as a platform to teach them wrong so that in the future Team Woman wins. That's the point.
I believe like they rather just like date multiple women and not like commit.
Okay, yes, that is apex fallacy. So now she's referring to alpha males, right? So the top 10% of men who have options, what they do is rather than choose one girl, they sleep with multiple girls at once, right? And the reason they do that is because they can. And they don't commit to any of them, and then the girls get upset that the guy's not committing, right?
Because a beautiful woman, she comes with a lot of issues. She comes with a lot of baggage.
That is absolutely true. So here is why, and I'll predict what this guy's going to talk about. So beautiful women, the reason why they have more baggage is the following reason. They get a lot of attention from men. And because of women's nature, right? Women are the selectors of the human race, so they select apex men. So what happens is an attractive woman is more likely to encounter an apex man and select him. And because the apex man has so many options, that guy is not going to choose her. So what's going to happen is she is going to be more likely to meet, her ideal, which is, an archetypal man, the sort of man that would be you'd read about in a story. A young man who's rich, who's attractive, physically fit, good in bed, etc. Charismatic. She's more likely to meet him, something like a movie star, right? And when she meets him and sleeps with him, right? And that guy doesn't commit to her, she becomes an alpha widow. And it's more likely for an attractive girl to be an alpha widow than an unattractive one, because an attractive woman is more likely to be pursued by an absolute apex man, a man that most men can't beat. And when that man doesn't commit to her, when she tries to lock him down, no future man can compete with that. And so she always pines over the guy that got away. And this sort of thing creates severe baggage in women. And then imagine, then she meets a second one or a third one. It's over. It would be impossible totally for that girl to ever pair bond again. And that's why beautiful women tend to have more baggage than less beautiful women, right? And this is especially true in big cities. All right, let's continue.
She doesn't believe she's pretty. She has heard she's pretty, although she doesn't believe in her core. So with
Okay, so what he is referring to is not alpha widows. Here he is referring to the inherent insecurity of women, right? And the reason is this. Women get benefits just for existing, right? They don't have to do anything. And because they don't have to do anything, they don't actually believe that they have the value that people say that they have, right? So a lot of women are totally insecure about their looks, or they're clueless. They have no idea what it actually is that men find attractive. And so they're constantly like a spinning top of anxiety, trying to figure out what exactly it is about herself that people find attractive, not knowing the truth, right? Because womanism just says, strong and independent, you're beautiful at any size, you go girl, you can do whatever you want, etc., etc. So the women also never learn what the truth is behind what is attractive about them. And so they're constantly insecure, right? And they're insecure because they don't know exactly what it is that makes them attractive. They don't understand the trait. Like, of course, their fitness and youth and femininity at a young age is attractive. But they don't know the other things. They don't know submission. They don't know sexual loyalty. They don't know cooperation. They don't know that these things are what men find attractive. They assume that what men find attractive are, a career, or whatever her girlfriends are telling her is what she needs to do. So she learns how to like contour her face with makeup, or wear whatever style is popular at the time, because that's what men find attractive about her style, and totally not her youth and beauty, and etc. And meanwhile, her friends are trying to tear her down and make her look like crap because they're jealous of her, right? And so she's constantly anxious and insecure about her looks, and that also creates baggage. And so imagine that plus the alpha widow thing, right? At the same time, getting stuff for free just for existing, and it causes a lot of turmoil in the most attractive women. Okay, let's continue here.
With that, she'll go with anybody who can show her attention, and usually a guy that shows her attention, that guy's got his own insecurities too, so it's nerve-wracking for him.
Okay, no. That's totally BS. Attractive women don't go after any man that shows them attention. That's a lie. Attractive women go after apex men that show them attention, because that's women's nature, right? They're the selectors, so they're not just going to go for any guy. And actually, they don't only go, and here's the thing, they only value the attention of apex men, right? So if loser men are giving her attention, she doesn't even consider it attention. To her, those guys are invisible, right? Or they're just a means to an end, a means to make her feel better about herself, right? But other than that, they're invisible on a bedroom fun level to her. Usually, actually, what happens is these girls will become addicted to the men that don't give her attention, or the men that breadcrumb attention. So, like, they give her a bit of attention, they sleep with her once, then they're very cold and distant, then they do it again, then they're cold and distant again, then they do it again, like that. That is much more effective and much more attractive than what's being described by the guy in the red sweater there. Okay, let's continue.
Nerve-wracking.
Do you think confidence is something every man can have?
Oh, now here's the thing. Okay, so I believe that any man can be confident, because confidence comes from competence. But usually young men are not attractive, that's true, but they're also not confident, right? And the reason is because they're not competent. So in order for a man to have confidence, self-confidence, he has to be good at stuff. But in order to be good at stuff, you need to practice, and you need to struggle, and you need to fight, and you need to suffer failure, right? And that sort of thing builds character and builds confidence. So it is possible for every man to be confident, yes, but only after suffering and only after years of, experiencing rejection and failure. So I wonder what these girls are going to answer. Anyway, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue.
No.
Where does confidence come from?
Being confident in themselves. Loving.
Yeah, confidence comes from being confident. Circular argument, right? Like, no, confidence doesn't come from being confident. Confidence comes from competency, from being good at stuff, for men. For women, they derive their confidence from the validation they receive from men, right? So the more validation they receive, the more confident they feel. And in the modern world, when women get like maximum, like infinite attention, they feel arrogant. And that's why we have so many problems today in the modern world. It's because women feel entitled to the absolute best men because they get so much attention, right? Okay, let's continue.
Loving themselves.
Is it possible to have confidence without competence?
Look at these girls' expression. It's perfect. Well, again, men and women's experience of reality is very different, right? So you can't ask a girl about competence and have her understand what that means and how to answer that question. She is not going to know. And she's not going to know because women have value just for existing, right? Even women like this who are overweight, they have much more attention than even above average men, right? And they didn't have to do anything to get it, right? So they don't understand the concept of confidence coming from competence because for them, they get everything for free. And their confidence is derived from what other people tell them about themselves. And this is why also, in social media, you see the "you go girl" in every comment and, all of the support and the lies and all of that. The reason you see that is because women are pumping each other up, right? And it's because she wants to be pumped up by other girls, so she's doing it to other girls. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue.
No.
Can you be confident without the skill to back it up?
No.
What is competent?
E che però ciò che ti raccontasci però che ti ci vuole che lei si batte
Competence.
Yes.
You don't have to have competence to have confidence.
Exactly. So that's what a girl would say. A girl would say that because it's true. In a girl's world, in a girl's reality, you don't need competence. All you need is validation to be confident, right?
Isn't confidence without competence the definition of delusion?
Haha, that's funny.
No, it's not. I mean, not in a woman's world anyway. But yes, confidence without competence, when you're doing something, when you're, doing some task, that is delusional, of course. If you're confident about being able to do brain surgery and you haven't studied or don't know anything about it, yes, that would be delusional, of course.
I guess that it would be, huh? You got me on that one.
Isn't confidence without competence? Yes, that is the definition of delusional.
What's the difference between having goals and being delusional?
Illusional.
Okay, this guy has no idea how to answer, but the difference between having goals and being delusional is the following, right? If your goals are totally unrealistic, that is delusional, right? If you say, I want to make $1 billion by tomorrow, yes, that's delusional, right? But if you say, I want to build a business where I make passive income, or something like that, that's not delusional. That's a totally achievable goal. You see, one is, having goals and dreams and hopes, and one is being delusional.
The strength of character that you believe in yourself, that that you, for the most part, are trying to do the right thing, and that even if you fail, at least you try to do good.
I mean, I agree with this. This guy's drunk out of his mind. But anyway, I do agree with this. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter if you fail. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you get up. Have you know Rocky, the movie? That's the expression from that movie. It's like, it's not how hard you hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. That's how you get competence, and that's how you get confidence. You get it by pushing through the pain, the rejection, the failure, and the difficulty of the world. Because the world is not an easy place. The world is a place that actively holds you back, if not passively. At best, the world is neutral, right? Like, it doesn't really care one way or another whether you succeed or fail. But usually the world is actively pushing against you, trying to succeed. And you need to make it happen despite that, right? So anyway, leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue.
And you can be confident in yourself going forward because you didn't commit evil like some people are. Some people doubt.
Okay, this guy is making moralistic arguments, but here's my opinion here. This is what I believe. If you have a goal, right? It doesn't matter that you fail for a week, fail for 2 weeks, fail for a month, fail for 6 months. Eventually, you'll reach your goal, right? And actually, failure and rejection and struggle is part of the process, and you shouldn't hate it. You should lean into it. You should, this is Jocko Willink, you should embrace the suck, as he says. So the point is, I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be difficult, and I'm still going to push forward because I have hopes and dreams. I have goals for the future, and I will be undaunted in the face of adversity, right? I believe very strongly in that. I believe you should work and embrace failure and rejection because it's part of it. And this guy says, do no evil. Well, I mean, no matter what you do, there will be people that dislike what you're doing, right? Crabs in the bucket trying to pull you down and hold you back from your goals. But ultimately, you should, again, stay undaunted and say, no, this is my goal. This is what I'm going to accomplish. And, come hell or high water, that's what I'm going to do.
Out there just doing bad all day long, and you are trying to do the right thing. So you can be confident in yourself.
Basically, a man have to want to have confidence, and sometimes they choose the woman they want to have confidence with.
What? This is zero logic, zero basis in reality, right? Like, the man chooses a girl to be confident with. A man has to choose to have confidence. Like, no. In order to have confidence, man. So if right now you're feeling pretty down about yourself, you feel low, let me explain how you become confident as a man. You need to do stuff. And in my opinion, what you should do is something that's measurable and attainable, right? So for example, let's say you're feeling terrible about yourself and you're overweight. When you go from overweight to normal weight, that is an attainable, measurable, and amazing goal to have accomplished, right? And once you've done that, then your mind knows that you're capable of rising above, your negative circumstances. And it gives you the confidence to go and do something else, right? So, or try teaching yourself a skill. Learn a song on an instrument, or, learn some sort of sport, like how to do the basic skills of some kind of sport. Something that before you couldn't do, but after a lot of practice you can. And this sort of competence will give you confidence. Because it's like, you know what? I went from zero to hero in this. That means I can do something else and go from zero to hero. And here is one further thing. I believe this very strongly. There is no such thing as intelligence. There is no such thing as talent. The only thing there is practice and effort. There is no such thing as talent. There is no such thing as intelligence. There is only practice and effort. All of those people in the world that you see that are good at something, all of them started as zeros. They all started as terrible at that thing. And they practiced and practiced and practiced until they were good at it. And you can do the same. And you can do the same in anything you want. I mean, you know, with some limitations. In general, you'll have to start at a very low level of the thing you want to do, and your goals need to be reasonable and achievable. I don't know if you've heard of the SMART goal setting system: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time sensitive. So if you set a goal, you need to make sure that it follows those things. That will allow you to actually accomplish the goal and give yourself, you know, a level of competence and confidence as opposed to before. All right, let's continue here.
Does confidence come from?
Within. It comes from within. You have to feel good about yourself. You have to love yourself to feel confident.
Yeah, so this girl believes that confidence is not based in anything. It's just, you know, tell yourself that you're good and you'll be confident. Like, that is not how that works. Tricking yourself into being confident is not the way. Okay, let's continue.
Have the most confident men ultimately met your expectations?
No.
So why are women so fixated on confident men?
I think it's just like they want someone who's in charge. A lot of women, I guess.
Indeed, women want a man who's in charge because the traditional roles of men and women is that men are the protectors and providers, and women are, you know, fit, feminine, submissive, cooperative, and bedroom fun, loyal. So, those are the traditional male and female roles. So confidence plays into the leadership, into the protection and provisioning, right? Because being in a leadership role makes you better at provisioning, right? Indirectly. Okay, 1 second here. Let me just get the Reddit post ready. Okay, this is a great one here. Why am I not long-term relationship material? Posted 21 hours ago. Hi everyone, I need help. The last 2 guys told me they didn't see themselves in LTRs with me. In long-term relationships. Well, one just saw me as a friend. I don't see why. I'm 31 female, red flag. I'm educated, red flag. Have a career, red flag. Have a nice car, red flag. Have a calm small dog, red flag. Have a big clean apartment in a nice area, red flag. And I'm well put together. Okay, that's nice. So let me explain why each of those is a red flag. Because this girl has been taught wrong, right? So she's looking for a long-term relationship at 31. So she's past the prime, she's past the wall. So that's why it's a red flag. She's too old for a relationship. So men of value are just not going to be interested. Educated. So most, you know, post-secondary institutions are now brainwashing factories. So unless she's done, you know, some kind of STEM field, unless she's done, you know, computer programming, something like that, pharmacy, doctor, lawyer, stuff like that, basically she's been brainwashed by university to think she's better than everyone else while also being in student debt. So that's why it's a red flag. Have a career. The reason why having a career is a red flag is the following. Men are attractive if they have a career. Women are not attractive if they have a career. So at best it's neutral. So what I'm implying here is that by saying that she has a career and stating it as one of her positive qualities, she's stating that she believes that what men find attractive in women is the same as what women find attractive in men. It's solipsistic and shows that she doesn't understand that men and women are different. That's why it's a red flag. Have a nice car. Same explanation as before. It doesn't matter. Like, guys don't find a career and nice car attractive. Have a calm small dog. So actually that's a red flag. And the reason why having a dog is a red flag is twofold. One is that it's possible she bought this dog with her ex-boyfriend, and every time she pets the dog, takes it on a walk, she thinks of him. That would be why it's a red flag. But also because you can't do anything spontaneous with a girl that has a dog. Because the dog is like a kid, right? So she has to prioritize the dog over you. So if you want to go on a date, she's like, oh, I need to feed my dog. If you want to go on a vacation, oh, I have to feed my dog, or I have to make sure my dog's taken care of. If you want her to sleep over at your place, oh, can I bring my dog? You see what I'm saying? It's basically like her kid. And guys don't want this kind of baggage. So women don't get dogs. I'm telling you. Have a big, clean apartment. Okay, right. So this would be what a woman would find attractive in a man. A big, clean apartment would indicate he's a good protector and provider, right? He has a nice space for her to nest in. But a man doesn't find this attractive. At best, it's neutral. So again, it's a red flag. And well put together, that's great. But notice how she didn't say she's physically fit. And if she were physically fit, she would state it. So probably she's overweight. So that's another red flag. They both told me this was really difficult because I was very sweet, beautiful, kind, and thoughtful. What else can I do? So sweet, beautiful, kind, and thoughtful is great. The issue is she's probably overweight and she's too old. That would be my opinion. I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty attractive, slim, petite body. Oh, okay, so she is attractive. Okay, so now my immediate thoughts would go to probably something in her personality is deficient, right? So either she's annoying, naggy, masculine, something like that. Despite being attractive, she's like physically, she's not attractive in a relationship sense. Also, it's very possible because she's 31 that she's an alpha widow. So she is still attracted. She's still holding on to a guy from her past. And because she's holding on to a guy from her past, she can't get over his memory. Because she can't get over his memory, she can't move on. And because she can't move on, no man is ever good enough, right? Okay. I've posted my Hinge account on here before, and people have said I have no problems. I was attractive, had good prompts, and a good variety of pictures. I would post again, but I'm not dating right now due to my family medical emergency. That's very bad, because you're 31. You're out of time. I made sweets for them, and for one of them we were together for about 3 months. I sent him Valentine's Day cookies because we were in different cities. Okay. The guy said he saw me as a friend. I honestly think he said this because I didn't sleep with him soon enough, so I'm not too bothered by him. I don't have much dating experience, so I could be missing something or doing something wrong. Can you guys give me some advice? Okay, so she's trickle-truthing here. I don't have much dating experience. Okay, so here is the red flag in the I don't have much dating experience thing. So when a girl says she doesn't have much dating experience, what that means is she hasn't had boyfriends. So what that means is that from the age of 16 to 31, she's been hooking up. She hasn't had boyfriends. And because she's been hooking up, there's a much lower probability that there's a much higher probability that she's an alpha widow. And that means that she's unable to pair bond. She's unable to find any guy attractive because every new guy has to beat the fusion of all the best traits of all the previous guys. And eventually, after a certain amount of partners, it's just totally impossible. And so either this girl is being called because she's like, I've had my fun and now I'm ready to settle down, and these guys are feeling disrespected, or she's being rude. Something like this for sure. Okay, let's see the comments here. 945 upvotes. When I'm searching for a partner, their dog, car, apartment, career, and petite stature are just nice to haves. I'm looking for a human to build a life with, and if I don't connect with you emotionally, I will move on. If I fall in love with the girl working at the local McDonald's, I'll marry her. Ask yourself what kind of person you are and find someone that respects and cherishes that. Try not to get too caught up in your material realities. They don't define you as a person. So actually, your material reality does define you as a person. And the fact that this girl went into material reality, as opposed to developing the traits that she finds, that men find attractive, shows you everything you need to know. She's been going into her masculine, trying to attract the masculine, when she should have actually been going into a feminine. Okay. Cool. I think we're going to end the video there. So again, if you're new to the channel, liking the videos, please hit the sub button, and hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. And again, if you agree or disagree with my points, please, that's what the comment section is for. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And especially if you've gotten to the end of the video, that's wonderful. I really appreciate your support and you taking the time to watch my videos. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.